Hey guys, Deepak Shukla here at Senkawala. Please do click the link in the description below to get access to our free training, or rather free template that we're using to generate up to 7 leads per day for some of our clients. So please do click the link in the description below to get access to that free training. And today we're going to be talking about how is it that you cold email investors. Really amazing question, so thank you for that. And investing is something that can make or break your potential business. If you've got capital cost, whether that's labor, whether that's infrastructure, whatever that may be to help the success of your business, or of course you're looking to scale something that's already successful and you want to expand, then getting investment might be a really critical piece of your journey. So how is it with that in mind? Let's assume that you've got the name of an investor, Frank at Frank Investments, okay, and you're looking to email Frank and many others like Frank, who's either an angel or is a VC, or maybe he's someone that you're raising a seed round with, but he's approaching it like an angel or a VC, which often happens with the extended network rounds when you get outside of the friends and family network. So with that in mind, what is it that you can send to Frank that will entice him to consider your actual opportunity? So here's the interesting part, okay? There's two sides of it. There's the preparation that goes into the content of the email, and then there's the content of the email itself, okay? So it sounds a bit counterintuitive, but there's two things that you need to consider, okay? It's the stage that your actual startup or your business is at. So I'm going to assume, okay, and this is the consideration for you, that I invite you to go back and resolve if you think that I'm not quite there yet, but you really would benefit from having a clear idea on your numbers, i.e. this is my revenue number or this is my projected revenue number, a clear idea of your costs, these are my current costs, these are my projected costs, and then also a clear strategy or evidence of current clients, market acquisition, and ultimately how you're going to scale, okay? And then also you want to potentially consider, what is the ask? Is it 5,000? Is it 50,000? Is it 500,000? Is it 5 million? What is the ask and what is that in exchange for? Now, you might not have the answers right now to all of these questions, which is okay, definitely, but these should be considerations if Frank responds and says, let's have a quick call tomorrow at 2 o'clock, or are you free in 3 hours from now, okay? You can get responses like that depending upon the stage that your startup is at and the opportunity that you present for Frank and people like Frank, okay? So just think about those things as you're preparing the body of the content, and maybe go back and work on those things if you think that they're not quite ready yet, Deepak. So we've got all of that ready. Well done if you've done that. And now we're thinking about the content of the actual cold email. So you've got to think of the cold email when it comes to an investor like an elevator pitch, okay? A little bit like really asking, and this is the interesting thing, it's a little bit, and we'll go on to do some more videos about this, but a little bit like thinking about how you might email a recruiter or a HR executive for a role within a company for which there are many applicants, okay? Because it's not that different in some respects to an investor. An investor's busy. They're looking across a range of opportunities to add to their portfolios or their clients' portfolios, and you're potentially another interesting opportunity. So you've got it, and again, we go back to that phrase which I've spoken about in my other videos, with him. What is in it for me? And the thing that you need to generate in the eyes and mind and soul or heart of Frank is excitement, okay? You got to get him excited about the investment opportunity with your startup. And there are a multitude of ways to do that depending upon who the investor is. But there are some surefire things to include in the cold email you're sending to investors, okay? So number one, you want the problem solution line, okay? What is the problem and what is the solution. Okay, I'll take an example off the top of my dome, off the top of my head, for a brand that we own, PlantSumo.com. Okay, so PlantSumo is a D2C, direct-to-consumer, as well as B2B food subscription service. Okay, so we might say that plant-based diets are growing incredibly in popularity, in combination with more and more people being time poor, having lost the art of cooking, and they're looking for a convenient solution to eat healthy food on a regular basis. This industry, and again we talk about potential industry size, this industry is currently worth X billion. This in worldwide. In the UK, it's worth X less billion or million, and we are looking to capture X% of the market through our plant-based subscription service called PlantSumo. Okay, so feel free to rewind that, but we've spoken about a couple of things there. We've spoken about the problem that people have that's easily identifiable, intuitive to maybe Frank, because Frank's thinking, I've got the same damn problem. And then we're talking about the actual trend of the market, that this is growing in this direction. We're also talking about the market size worldwide, talking about the UK market, we're talking about the growth of it, and we're talking about PlantSumo being a solution to this problem and also this opportunity, because the problem and the opportunity are kind of wrapped up together. Okay, so that could be, for example, paragraph 1, and that might be just a couple of lines. Okay, now the second paragraph, or the second part of it, should be a breakdown of some of your top line numbers or some quantitative metrics of where you are today. Whether that's as simple as, I'd love to discuss the opportunity, or rather to, this is in absence if you don't have a plan, the opportunity with you. Currently, we have a team of 2 with a background in food as well as marketing, a fully written up business plan, and we've already got some confirmed interest and sales from organizations such as Greenpeace. Look forward to speaking. Deepak. Okay, so I've spoken about that we've got a business plan. I've spoken a little bit about the founder backgrounds very, very briefly. You could embellish, I say embellish, you could add detail to this if you chose to. And then I've spoken about like a big name that hopefully Frank would recognize. Oh wow, they've got to deal with Greenpeace. I wonder how much that's worth. I see the opportunity. They've got a background in food and in marketing, and you could potentially link to, a LinkedIn profile, your co-founder's LinkedIn profile, and then, talk broadly about the opportunity. Would love to chat if this is of interest to you. And potentially, depending upon where you're at, we're currently in discussions with several private investors. Would love to include you in this dialogue as well, or would love to have you as part of this dialogue as well. So when you put all of these elements together, you are talking about the problem solution, you're talking about the market size, you're talking about how you solve this, you're involving Frank in that scenario because he can perhaps identify with that, even if it's not personally, others around him can potentially identify with it. You're then talking about where you are at with your actual business or business plan, and you're also mentioning that you're already in talks with other investors, ergo, this is interesting. So, take these elements, bake them into your cold email, first email when it comes to reaching out to investors, and let me know how you get on. So my name is Deepak Shukla. I hope that you enjoyed that. Please do comment below if that was interesting, if you've got any other questions. And do check out our free word-for-word template that's generating up to 7 leads a day, every day like clockwork. We'll give you the word-for-word template, and we're doing it for PlantSumo. Catch you in the next training, guys.